Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. Today I would like to move on the promise that I made yesterday. We are going to do a few breathing exercises today, and as I mentioned yesterday, it's really so very important to remember that breathing is more important than the stretching. In fact, you can think of breath as a stretching of the mind. When you start deep breathing, deep breaths, it actually helps to open up the mind. It clears all the clutter in your mind. Just like chanting repetitive sounds clear the mind of negative debris, breathing is a kind of an internal stretching of the mind. So it actually clears everything out, all the negative thoughts that you may have in your mind for today or any other day, thinking of the past, having regrets. When you start breathing deeply in the way the yogic breath, the typical yogic breath, you actually find it actually makes you feel happy. You can actually get a healthful high just breathing. Now, you didn't know that, did you? Or you probably did, but you didn't believe it. Let's do this. Before we move on, I'd first like to introduce our crew today. We have Kirtland, Carol Lewis, and Leonard Harper in the control room, and all three of them are working as a team. They also set all the camera shots, and Rich is responsible for the studio lights and the gobos and the sound system. The gobos are these wonderful chakras in the back. I would like to thank our crews. Thank you so much for making today's episode happen as well. I hope you're going to be breathing with me, and that's a direct address to my crew as well, so please feel free to join me in the breathing stretches. For those of you who come and stretch with us right here on the mats, we have my third title, Yoga Secrets, which has 2 + 8 ailment-specific cards that I mentioned yesterday. We'll also share with you a little postcard with a simple stretch called 48+, 48 basic stretches, low-impact, simple stretches. You're not going to put your foot behind your neck. In fact, I want to remind our viewers, Yogaxpress does not promise instant cures. We do not teach you to levitate, and we will not actually help you pull a jumbo with your teeth. What we do promise you is just a wonderful workout. We will help you find your center of gravity, help you find your sanity. In one word, every now and then we all get a little flustered. All we are going to try and do is keep you in one place so that you can stay focused on the task at hand. Right now for us, for me anyway, it's my program for my crew. For our crew right here, it's actually getting this program out to you. So, no big expectations. The biggest expectation you need to have is from yourself. As long as you practice these stretches every day, practice the breathing techniques, hopefully you'll be in good shape for a very long time to come. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share 8 ailment-specific breathing techniques with you. And I'm going to use my little cheat sheet. The most popular of them all is called the ocean breath or victorious breath, Ujjayi, which I mentioned in detail yesterday, so I'm going to go right into it. Ujjayi breath is also an amazing breathing technique that helps. When you use your Ujjayi breath, you have to tighten your sphincter muscles. Your anal and pelvic sphincter muscles contract when you use your Ujjayi breath. So really, what you're going to do is you're going to close your mouth, keep your finger at the base of your throat, and take a deep inhale. Close your eyes as well and feel it. Tighten your sphincters. Inhale. Exhale. When you exhale, let everything go, release. And this is one of the breathing techniques, as I mentioned yesterday, that you can use throughout your stretching practice. Now, ujjayi is a very simple, it sounds very simple, but it has a wonderful rhythmic quality to it. So what you do is your ratio is two counts to inhale, 1 count you hold it, and 4 counts of exhale. Typically, your exhale should be at least twice as long as your inhale. Just think about it. Just imagine if all human beings are entitled to, let's say, 500 million breaths in a lifetime, barring any unnatural interventions. Just think, if you're entitled to 500 breaths in one lifetime, if you can extend each breath, instead of doing an inhale for 1 second, exhale for 2 seconds, if you can extend and enhance your breathing, inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 10 seconds, that's 5 times as long per breath, you're actually extending your lifespan that much longer. Now, I'm not going to say if let's say you're in good health and you're going to live, you think you're going to live for about 50, 60, another 60 years more. That's not to say that, Nori, come on up. That's not to say that you're going to live 300 years. You don't want to do that. What I'm saying is the few years that you could extend your lifespan just by breathing, by elongating your breath. So here's what we're going to do. Nori is going to join us. Nori Jung is also a producer here at Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And when she heard we were going to do the breathing technique, she decided she was going to join us because she loves, no, feel free, come there. That's perfect, actually.
I'm very casual. Sorry about that.
No, not at all.
My daily clothes,
You were upstairs editing, right? I dragged you on the mat.
That's okay. I like to join with you.
Of course. I'd love that, Nori. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. I love to, but I didn't prepare.
In fact, no, not at all. It's perfect because our viewers need to know that when you're doing your breathing techniques or even your stretching, it's okay right. Even to wear jeans. Exactly. That's fine. You just do the best you can in whatever you're wearing. So, Nori, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the ujjayi breathing. So, basically, ujjayi breath is a very deep guttural sound. So, let's do this. Keep your left hand on your left knee.
Okay.
Place the index finger at the base of your throat.
Okay,
with your right hand. Okay. Yeah, right hand.
Okay.
Place it there and then close your eyes. Take a deep breath from the back of the throat. Make a nice loud sound. Try that. Can you hear your breath as you inhale? And then hold it. And then exhale. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Very nice. I heard that inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Now, the third time that Nori and I do the ujjayi breath, we're going to consciously, in our mind, we're going to count to, let's say the ratio is 2, 1, and 4, but we're going to count to 5 as we inhale and hold it for maybe about 3 and then exhale to the count of 10. So let's try that. We're going to inhale to the count of 5. And when I say 5, we all have different speeds. So you could be going at a speed of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whatever your speed, hold that ratio to 2 counts for inhale, 1 count for holding, 4 counts for exhale. So let's try that.
4. So before I go there, I have a question.
Sure.
Should I exhale with the nose or my mouth?
Good question. And actually what you're doing is the air is coming. You keep your mouth closed when you inhale and exhale. The air is going in and out through the nose, but you're not consciously taking it in through. You're taking it through the back of the throat. So it's like, when children get very excited, Mom, I beat up this kid today. That kind of a sound. It's a very victorious sound. So it's through the back of the throat. So that's a good question. You are breathing through the nose. So the mouth, we keep it closed.
Okay.
So let's try that. This time we're going to keep our hands on our lap. We don't need it. We know what we're doing. So let's try that. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale. Now let's count to, let's make it equal. Let's count to 4.
Should I use my finger here?
You can. That's to help you feel the breath going in. So those of you, it's not necessary. If you are new to this kind of breath, this helps you feel your pulse. So as the breath goes in, you can feel a little vibration. So let's try that. Inhale to the count of 4, hold to the count of 2, exhale to the count of 8. Carol, Leonard, and Kirtland, join us. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Now remember, we're going to try that 2 more times. Remember to tighten your sphincter muscles, your pelvic and anal muscles. You tighten, especially when you're holding. You want to tighten your base muscles. Let's try that 1 more time. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. When you exhale, you let everything go. You release your sphincters, your anal and pelvic muscles. Everything relaxes. So try this kind of breathing maybe 3-4 minutes a day, and it actually does refresh you a lot. This kind of breathing is also an amazing technique to strengthen your pelvic muscles, because when you're holding, it's called a breath lock. It's an anal lock, and what's happening is it activates your thyroid function. So all your thyroid glands behind, as you hold, your sphincters are holding and they're strengthening your anal and pelvic muscles, but also the back of the throat, as you exhale, the thyroid glands, they start vibrating. So you're actually activating all the crucial glands. So this is great for helping prevent hemorrhoids or piles. Piles is the English word for hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids is the American term. Okay. Let's try 1 more breath. Now, I have to warn our viewers, those of you who are stretching and breathing with us, just remember, if you have any asthmatic conditions, you have any breath issues, you can skip, especially when you do Ujjayi, you can skip the holding of the breath. So if you're prone to asthma, you don't want to hold your breath. That is something, it's very important to remember that. Now this breath, the second breath, this one is really effective for helping cool the spine. So it helps prevent, hopefully, delays, low back pain. Now, of course, all these breathing techniques are in combination with the stretches. So it's called Shitali. Shitali literally is cooling of the tongue. What we're doing, and you won't be able to read the text, but I'll explain it to you, Nori, and to our viewers. What you're going to do is you're going to put your tongue out and roll it like a cylinder. So that's it. You inhale your breath and then you hold it in. So let's try that. Take your tongue in, hold your breath, and then release. Now, Shitali literally means cooling of the tongue. And let me see if we have a ratio. No, we don't have a specific ratio. So if you're able to hold it, take a nice deep inhale and hold it in. It's actually helping channel that cool breath down your spine. And then when you release, you just go, just let it all go. So let's try that 1 more time. Stick your tongue out, make it into a cylinder, and we're going to inhale the air through that cylindrical shape of the tongue. Take your tongue in, hold. You can already feel, can you feel your mouth cooling?
Yeah.
And what's happening when we have it like a cylinder, it's literally trying to channel everything through the spine. So you're giving it a shape.
So the air coming through this kind of,
through the tongue.
Tube, right?
Yeah, exactly. As if you've got a little tube. You're like a straw. Yeah. So you're sucking in air. That's a very nice analogy. You're sucking in air through a very big straw. So you're channeling that air and it goes right through the spine. So it's fresh air going right through your system, energizes you. So it helps relieve any kind of, and not instantly, of course, along with the strengthening exercises, it'll help give you relief for the spine. So here's what you want to do. Let's try it 1 more time. Curl up your tongue like a cylinder and take a deep breath in. Take your tongue in and then exhale. And I'm sure, Nori, you might also acknowledge that the more we practice our breathing technique, the more we enhance our lung power. So it's also good for our lung to enhance the lung power, to make our lungs stronger.
It is.
So the fresh oxygen goes all the way down the spine. So we're going to try it a couple of times more. We just want to feel that cooling sensation. This time, we're going to close our eyes as we take in the air. Close your eyes. Ready, Nori? Okay, make your tongue into a cylinder. Stick it out. I can already feel it. Maybe it's just the thought of that cool air going through the system, but you feel it. And you know what? Where the mind goes, energy flows. So channel your breath through your system. So think of your spine and just feel the breath going right through your spine.
You know, I should have a mirror so I flex this better. I feel a little shy.
Right. No, that's why. No. That's a good point. That's why we close our eyes, because we're looking inward. We really don't. We're going to forget that the cameras are there. We're going to forget that our crew are there, out there. In fact, they're probably trying this breath as well, especially on a hot day. This would be a great breath to practice because you'll really literally feel a cooling sensation in your system.
This is amazing.
It does feel good,
thing.
right? And you should try each of these breaths, Nori. We should try each of these at least a couple of minutes each day before we do the stretching.
Because I do practice like key.
That's right.
This is very important key, breathing,
Right. Qi is energy, right?
Qi is energy.
Yeah, Qi is energy.
Qi
or Qi. Right,
Qi,
I've heard it as Qi.
Yeah,
right.
it's more Qi is a Chinese pronunciation.
Right.
Qi is more Japanese.
Okay.
Could be Korean too. Qi.
You're a martial arts expert, aren't you?
Yeah, but
that's right.
Very important breathing.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's true.
But we use a lot of more outer big, the key created more energy for us to the yang,
right,
out.
Right.
But the details from yoga is just what it's called, very sophisticated.
Right. No, it's just very specific.
Yeah, very scientific.
Right.
And very what it's called, right connect to the health.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It is, and it gives us a healthful high without putting any of the. You don't have to drink any of those fizzy drinks with lots of sugar to get your high or your coffee. You can get a high breathing right?
So we do more what it's called outer move with the use the body
with the breath and body movement.
Yeah, we do use for the key for the related to the martial arts.
Nori, do you have a show on martial arts as well? Because I know you're a martial arts.
I do not have that particularly, but I do use sometimes in my show on Nori Vision as art.
That's right, norivision.com.
As an art form.
Okay.
People like it, so I do very simple things.
I've actually crewed for you on your show. I do enjoy watching that. Yeah, I have actually. I've crewed for you when I was first a crew member here at M&N. I have crewed for your show. I remember.
So, once in a while, once in a while people like to watch and they ask me, then I do. And I enjoy too, break from my,
That's right, from the routine, everyday routine.
It's good, but sometimes a little too much.
Well, it's something that you're passionate about. So you're passionate and you're good at it. Why not? It's nice to share it.
Very beautiful things, but sometimes good to have a different way of it. More spiritual.
What do you use in Nori Vision? Do you use all natural material? Is that
mostly. It's about recycling things from into the arts, or useful way to look and be able into daily life.
Okay.
Or something that the knowledge you should know about it.
So you're on the subway station, you look on the tracks and you see all these disposed empty
I always come up to
empty cards and you think you have an art idea right there.
Exactly. Then I bring it up to the show.
All the subway cards, you can make it into a nice picture, right?
You can make a nice, vest too.
Necklace.
Clothes too.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
We all, connect together, making
Get hold of Nori's crazy ideas. Go to her, watch her show, norivision.com. What days do you air?
norivision.com is more like a personal, artistic,
your expression.
Then it's sort of need to update it, but you go to my YouTube, more playful, easy to watch.
Okay, YouTube and just type in Nori Jung.
Nori Vision 9.
Nori Vision 9 on YouTube. Nori Vision, NORIVISION, Nori Vision 9, the number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
Number 9.
Universe
Go to
name.
YouTube.
Universe number.
I see. Yeah, the 9 planets, right?
Friday, 8:30 p.m.
Friday, 8:30 p.m. What channels?
Channel Time Warner Cable 56.
56.
ICN 83. FiOS is 34.
Perfect. 50 Time Warner 56, RCN 83, and FiOS 34. Great. Look out for Nori. She doesn't just do breathing. She doesn't not just a martial arts expert. She's also an artist. So check her out. Go to her YouTube channel, Nori Vision 9 on YouTube.
Thank you very much for
pleasure. I think our viewers should know about our participants as well, because we all have, besides the stretching, we all have another dimension to our lives, including our crew. One of these days I'm going to drag our crew right here on the mat.
Where the yoga is the one yoga is very deep in ancient, the practice from, really it is right across our liver well-being. Very important.
Right. For the physical health.
Seems like repeating same is not. It's really, it is more discipline.
Yeah, it is a discipline. We need to keep practicing. That reminds me, let's practice. We've got another 6 kinds of breath, and then maybe we'll close it with the sun salutation, because by then we're so charged with the breathing that we really have to work it out physically as well. So there's another breath, Nori. It's called Sheetkari. It's also a cooling breath, but it cools the teeth. And essentially what happens is, you hate it? No. Oh, you mean you get that, your teeth get on edge when you have cold air.
I hate that.
No, I'll teach you a way where maybe you won't feel the teeth getting on edge so much. But Sheetkari is an amazing kind of cooling breath. It cools the mouth, but this time instead of the cool air going through a channel right through like a tube, your tube is sideways. And I'll tell you how. So when you curl your tongue, what we do is the tip of the tongue is placed on the inner ridge of the upper teeth. That's it. So once you do that, you curl it very gently, and then your air is sucked in through the sides.
I see.
So we're going to inhale. So let's try that. But before we do that, because I can't talk while my tongue is curled in, so I'm going to explain to our viewers, this breath, it actually cools your mouth to the extent that you are able to form more saliva, which is really good if you are diabetes prone, because your mouth starts drying up. So when you have a lot of saliva in your mouth, when your mouth dries up a lot, you want to try this breath. You do have dry mouth every now and then. Try this kind of breathing, and it helps create some more saliva. It dispels your hunger and thirst, and essentially it helps ward off diabetes symptoms. It actually helps us get to our target level as far as diabetes is concerned. We want to reduce. People who are diabetic, especially who are diabetic, they have excessive hunger, excessive thirst. They're not able to control certain emotions. So this really helps stabilize us. So let's try that. Let's place the tip of your tongue on the inside of the upper ridge. Like this, and then we're going to inhale to the count of 4. We'll close our mouth and then let go. Exhale to the count of 8. Close your mouth. Let's try that one more time to redeem ourselves. We're going to curl our tongue, place the tip of the tongue on the inside of the upper ridge. So if you feel a little weird practicing this kind of breathing in front of people, just remember, you can close your eyes because you're internalizing the experience. So close your eyes, feel that breath go and cool the insides of your mouth. It also refreshes. Close your eyes, close your mouth as after you take the breath in, and then you soften the mouth as you release the air. So this also helps refresh all the inner organs because your whole system is getting cool. Not that we need any more air conditioning, right? All this equipment is here.
So maybe good for the summer.
Exactly. All the cooling breaths. And this breath is called Sheetkari. Sheetkari is cooling of the teeth. Sheetali is cooling of the tongue. So Sheetali is good for cooling the spine. So you make a cylinder, it goes down your spine. Sheetkari actually cools the sides of the mouth, helps you form saliva. So we're only talking in simplistic terms, but all these breathing techniques will help energize you. Now let's try another breath. It's called Bhastrika. And before we come to that, we'll try a different one because Bhastrika, we need to sit on our heels. Oh, there are 3 of them. Let's try this one and then go to the 3 breathing techniques where we have to sit on our heels. Shanmukhi Mudra. Shanmukhi Mudra is a kind of breathing technique that is amazingly simple, but it also helps soothe the whole nervous system. So it's great for helping ward off sciatica. It helps. Nothing is a permanent cure. You have to keep practicing to get the benefits of these breathing techniques and our yoga postures. So Shanmukhi is like a conch, like a shell. Shanmukhi. So a shell, which we call it shaped like, that's when people say, call me. This is a shape of a shell. If you go to the beaches in India, you'll find big shells that are shaped like this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to place the thumbs on the ears.
Okay.
And I need to take my fancy glasses off, then I cannot read. So let me read first. The index finger is on the eyes. The middle fingers are over the nostrils, so at the point where your nostril touches the base of your nose. Ring finger on the upper lip, little finger on the lower lip. So we're going to face each other and I'm going to do it. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should just come up on our heels right now if you're comfortable.
Okay.
You're okay?
Okay, good.
All right. It helps soothe the nerves, calm the system, and I really want to feel it going down my whole system. So I feel this actually helps me. So this time I'm going to take my glasses off. Shanmukhi Mudra, great for helping sciatica to soothe the nerves. So here's what you do. Thumb is on the ears, so the outer ear. The index finger, the first finger, on your just above the eyes. The middle finger just at the base of the nostril. Ring finger over your upper lip, little finger over your lower lip. And then take your shoulders back, take your elbows to the side. Now, before you press too hard, just keep them nice and lightly on your face. Now take a deep breath in. If you notice, these are all pressure points on the face. These are for the optic nerves. These are for the nerves that lead to the nose, the upper lip, lower lip, and the ears. So all the sensory organs in the face feel nice and refreshed. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, and then put a little bit of pressure in all those points. So basically, we are locking in that air, and then release. Try that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Press with your fingers. Release. Let's try the 3 other breathing techniques. As the titles are rolling, we have 3 more we want to attend to since we are already on our heels. Kapalbhati or shining skull. Literally all it is you exhale briskly through the nostrils. So keep both your hands, your palms on your knees. Take a deep breath in. And then as if you're a train engine, short, sharp exhales. Depending on how much you inhale, you can get that many breaths out. Depending on how fast you go, the faster you go, the higher the number of breaths. So let's try that one more time, and if we don't finish the other 2, we can always carry on today. We do have 1 more minute left. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, short, sharp breaths. So typically these are called strokes. You would go about 5 strokes a minute, 10 strokes a minute, increase it to about 30, 40 strokes a minute. So you feel like a train engine that's taking off from the station, right? Kapalbhati is great for helping prevent inflammation of the bones. So to help prevent arthritis of the bones, especially in your